The Cromwellian Lieutenant General, Edmund Ludlow, is remembered for what he said of the Burren in County Clare during counter-guerrilla operations there in 1652. He said, "It is a country where there is not enough water to drown a man, wood enough to hang one, nor earth enough to bury him, and yet their cattle are very fat."
Welcome back to the Burren Slow Food Festival 2021. We're here at Hotel Doolin, which is Ireland's first certified carbon neutral hotel, right here in the heart of Doolin village. I'm delighted to be joined by head chef here at the hotel, John Gilmartin, and also by local fisherman Michael O'Connell, who has been fishing the seas near the cliffs of Moher for over 40 years now. John, could you tell us a little bit more about Hotel Doolin?
Hotel Doolin is a four-star hotel situated on the edge of the Burren. We serve a wide range of food in our restaurant, bar and cafe.
Great, thanks John. Michael, tell us a little bit about the business of being a fisherman.
Well, I'm fishing on the Wild Atlantic Way, and we fish lobsters and crab, and we supply Hotel Doolin, one of our suppliers, and I like to see people eating local and having local produce as well. I think it's very good.
You two have been working together for a long time. How important is it, John, for you to be, as Michael says there, dealing with local suppliers?
Really important to have local suppliers and someone that we can rely on. Myself and Michael have been working together for 3 years, as long as I've been here, and the relationship with the hotel has been much longer than that. I know I can go to Michael and he will always have good quality produce and specific to our needs.
Yeah, great. And are most of your customers local, Michael?
Yeah, quite a few of them are local, all right, which is a very good thing, I think.
Yeah. And do you export as well?
Yeah, usually out to France and Spain. The lobsters and the crab go to all right.
It sounds like you get a bit of a kick out of supplying a local restaurant just down the road.
Well, it's nice to know that the people that will come into the place will appreciate good, fresh seafood. So it's nice to know they're enjoying that.
And buying local, how important is that in your carbon neutral policy?
It's really important. The food with Fitz's, our bar, and Gloss, our restaurant, is all based on seasonal food, local food. It's really important to us. We have got amazing suppliers in Clare, from Michael and Brigitte in the smokehouse, and Flag Ashore oysters and Gary's, the list goes on and on.
Do all your ingredients come from Clare?
No, we get some from a little bit further. They're all from Ireland. It's all, Irish chicken, Irish beef, but a lot of our ingredients would come from the local area. Gloss in particular has an ethos where we use everything from a 30-mile radius. Now that wouldn't be everything, it would be about 70% of our menu. So the predominant main parts of our dishes would be located from producers in the area.
And so how do you let visitors know about that? Because visitors really want to know they're supporting local now.
So we advertise that through our social media, our website, and also on our menu. We have a map that shows where all our suppliers come from, just from Clare basically.
So Michael, we know you're local. We know you get your lobster from Galway Bay and around the cliffs of Moher. How does it work? What are you looking for when you're out there fishing for lobster?
Well, when we're out there fishing, what we have to make sure is when we haul up our pots that the lobster we take out of the pot is 87 millimetres on the back. That's the length, they're a pound weight. And that lobster is 7 years old before they can be landed.
Where's that?
Why have that to be it? Because it takes them 7 years to come to a pound weight.
That'd be a big part in conservation, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Make sure that they come to maturity, so we're not overfishing the seas.
Mm.
Okay, so anything less than that, you put back in the sea?
Goes back again, and we just drop them out then out, and they're back in the wild again, back in the environment, their own environment again.
Okay, and how is that? Is that some kind of? That's obviously a policy. Is that?
Well, BIM, Bordy Scawara, will give us a 70% grant aid to V-notch lobsters and put them back every year.
Okay, you mentioned there V-notching lobsters. Tell me what that means.
It means that we have a small little lobster tool that you cut the tail, just take a nip out of the tail. It don't hurt the lobster, just cut it in. And so when we come across that lobster again, which we do, we can just drop them straight back out again.
That's so interesting. That's so interesting. Tell me, you have prepared something there, John, with Michael's Lobster, or fish from the Atlantic. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what you have in the dish there?
So Michael brought in some fresh lobster there today, and we cooked a lobster and crab cocktail. So some nice baby jam, some cherry tomatoes, nice mayo rose sauce. Is excellent lobster, and we just cook it simply. So we do, you know, when you're dealing with really good produce, I think you just need to let the main ingredients shine.
Shine. And everything in that dish, is that within the 30-mile radius of the hotel?
We have our polytunnel up the back of the hotel as well, so we grow lots of herbs and tomatoes and various bits and pieces that we use within the hotel.
Michael, what are the conditions like for lobster fishing right now?
Very good. Lobster stocks are very healthy at the moment.
And what does that mean?
We can make a living out of it. That one time, well, going back years, there was no such thing as throwing back any lobsters, but since we started this new conservation, it has worked out very well.
Has it worked out well for the lobster? Have we a sustainable stock of lobster now in the Atlantic?
If the lobster is V-notched or under the gauge, we gauge them. We know to look at them anyway, the size anyways. We just drop them straight, and they're straight back into our environment again. They're not going in and going out or nothing. They're just straight back into the wild again. And we have the cleanest water at the moment in Europe. It's crystal clear water. That is why there's so much demand on the continent for lobsters and crab out of Ireland.
So Michael, what do you make of that dish?
That dish is absolutely delicious. Prepared by John here in the hotel. Yeah, very good for you. At least you know it's good, healthy food coming out of crystal clear water on the wild Atlantic way. I would highly recommend it.
Very good. And you mentioned a minute ago about the crystal clear waters. Is that a fact, or is that part of the romantic notion of fishing here?
It's a fact. There's big demand in the continent for lobsters from the west coast of Ireland at this moment because of crystal clear water.
John, it's fascinating to hear that story of how the lobsters fish, this whole sustainable process that's behind it. That ethos of slow food, how important is that for you as a chef here in Hotel Doolin?
Really important. Well, it starts off with the ingredient first of all, and the produce from Michael or any one of our suppliers. And then on from that, inside in the kitchen, it's making the best out of those ingredients without too much manipulation and just letting the ingredients sing, you know. So inside in our kitchen, we make everything in-house. We try and reduce anything that's been bought and prepared. So anything from our glass restaurant to Fitz's bar is something that is unique to the hotel.
And it sounds, you know, I can sense it from you and the relationship between the two of you. Honouring Michael's craft on the plate seems to be really important for you.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you could go to bigger suppliers that might be delivering all around Ireland, but you're not going to get a product that comes anywhere close to it. It's a pale comparison to the real thing. Coming direct from a supplier, they can give me exactly what I need, when I need it, and whatever size I need. So yeah, it's a big difference between it, yeah.
Has it changed much over the years, Michael, how you fish?
Well, it has, because when I started, first of all, I started with a canvas curragh that was built in Inisheer in the Aran Islands, and now we have a fiberglass boat, fast worker. And you had a seagull engine that time, which was about 4 or 5 horsepower. Now we have 400 horsepower on the boat. So it had huge changes. We started fishing, making lobster pots out of wood, out of pallets, and we started making them out of teak. Now they're all 12mm steel, plastic coated pots. So they're able for the wild Atlantic, the weather you get.
For the conditions. And can you land a lot more lobster now than then? Has it made a difference to capacity?
Definitely it has, because of our V-notching program. It really is. Fishing lobsters is very friendly, because we can put back any lobsters we don't use. That's under the gauge, sorry.
John, tell me about that idea of place. How important is place in, say, the authenticity of the whole food offering here?
Well, I think if you go to any restaurant or any hotel, and if you can sit down and eat a meal and place yourself where you are, it's going to really do something for the food. If you have generic food that everyone is doing the same thing, you could be anywhere in the world, but when you have really good suppliers like we have here, there's certain things that we have here I haven't come across anywhere else, like Alloway Caves, amazing honey, little things like that. But that tastes to me of the Burren, because you can taste flowers off it, Burren Smokehouse, Flaggy Shore, lots of our suppliers, the same thing. But I think with the quality of the produce, you can place yourself where they came from.
We could stay chatting here for a long time. I think I'm just going to say thank you very much. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, John, for sharing your stories, sharing your food, your insights, and your obvious love and passion for food here in Doolin and food from the seas. And thank you very much for joining us here at the Burren Slow Food Festival 2021, here at Hotel Doolin in the heart of the Burren Cliffs of Moher UNESCO Global Geopark. I hope you can join us again for the next conversation, and in the meantime I'm going to hand you over to Susan O'Neill, who is the musician in residence here at Hotel Doolin, and Susan is going to play us out.
My Bonnie lies over the ocean. My Bonnie lies over the sea. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. So bring back my Bonnie to me. Bring back, oh bring back my Bonnie to me, to me. Bring back, oh bring back my Bonnie to me. Bluey winds over the ocean, bluey winds over the sea, bluey winds over the ocean, and bring back my Bonnie to me. Last night as I lay on my pillow, last night as I lay on my bed, last night as I lay on my pillow, I dreamt that my Bonnie was dead. Bring back, oh bring back my Bonnie to me, to me. Bring back, oh bring back my Bonnie to me. Bring back, oh bring back my Bonnie to me. Bring back, oh